Welcome to episode 2 of Kevjet's Run Up to Canada Day London. My guests this week are social media influencers Nick and Ant. Welcome to Kevjet the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Yeah, we're very excited to be on.
We're so excited to meet you as well for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's a good one. We'll get into that later. I'm so excited to have you on the show, and I'm excited for you to be part of Canada Day London. Can you just explain how you became part of Canada Day London?
Yeah, so basically, I'm a Canadian living in London, and I've been living here for about 5 years now. John, who runs Canada Day, approached our manager Jeff and just said, "Listen, we'd love to have these guys on board." And we just jumped on the opportunity. I mean, it's such an honor to be a part of an event that is British and Canadian because that's who we are, and that's our brand as well. I'd love to just support the Canadians, even though I'm in London. So yeah.
It's good to celebrate the culture as well because there's so many Canadians living in London. And actually, the one thing we've talked about is we find it very hard to socialize with Canadians. But when we do find a Canadian in London, it was always a good time and we can connect like from home, right?
Yeah, so hoping there's a lot of them there, which I think there will be, but
30,000, right?
Yeah, there will be lots of Canadians there. There'll be thousands, and you guys are going to be on the main stage.
Yeah, so that's a little bit nerve-wracking, to be honest.
That's exciting.
It's exciting, but it's your first like big event, and it's probably my biggest audience that I would have ever hosted for. So yeah, I mean, nervous, but as well exciting. And I think I'm glad that they chose us just because again, we have that kind of Canadian and British culture. And they could have just chosen anybody who's an influencer and lives in London, but they went on and chose an actual Canadian, and so we're very, very happy. Yeah,
an actual Brit as well.
Yeah.
Not that
well,
my impact in this event is going to be too much. It's really about celebrating the Canadians, but we're here in London, so I guess it's nice that we have both the Canadian and the British in us.
It's going to be a great day. You guys are actually part of London Pride the day before.
Yes. So again, adding to our brand, we're gay. So yeah, I mean, to be able to do both back to back is amazing. I'm a little bit scared though. I'm gonna have to be not too much on the drinks at Pride, I think, because I have Canada the next day. I mean, honestly, again, like what an honor. I mean, we've been openly gay now on social media for 5+ years, and we've never been invited to any sort of Pride event. So yeah, the fact that our first Pride event that we're working with is London Pride, that's iconic and it's massive. So
yeah, we're gonna have to really celebrate Pride, but take it a notch down because we do have Canada Day the next day, and of course we are on the main stage, so we need to be on our best game. So yeah,
you know what though, poutine is a great hangover cure.
Oh, it is.
Oh, I might be on the poutine on the day after, but yeah.
Have you had poutine since living in London yourself?
There's a poutine truck that travels around London, and I follow them on social media, and they post where they're going to be on certain days, and that has been it's probably the closest to having it in Canada.
You have to send me their Instagram or however they post where they're at.
I will. It's really cool. They post it and say, we're going to be at this location on this day.
All the Canadians just run to that location.
It is amazing. But I've had poutine here that has been not so great. But I mean, we're not in Canada, so.
You can't. Yeah. There's no surprise.
It doesn't compare.
No. Although there's Tim Hortons around London now.
But have you noticed the menu's so different?
It's so different.
Timmy's in Canada, yeah.
Tell you what, one thing about a Brit trying Tim Hortons for the first time, I was so excited. But they do have the strongest coffee ever. I'm not sure about that iced coffee, but my gosh, did that get me through like COVID times? I was there every day.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's the little things from home. So definitely. Just for our listeners who are thinking, who are Nick and Ant? Can you just kind of explain? How did you become influencers?
So I started over 10 years ago now. I had my 10-year anniversary in Feb. So that was exciting. So yeah, I've just been doing, so basically like if I go a bit further back, I've always wanted to be an actor. I was auditioning for loads of different shows and movies when I was really, really young. I've always had a passion for being on camera. but I wasn't booking any or many gigs. So I just said, screw this. So at 14 years old, I just started my own movies on YouTube. So my friends and I would kind of like I would direct and I would act and I would do everything myself, but all my friends were kind of helping me out with like the camera and stuff. And yeah, I just started my own movies on YouTube. And then after that, I just started doing trends, and then that kind of is what took me off and blew me up in a way. So yeah, I've done reacting content, I've done slime content, so like for kids, DIY slime. And now we do LGBTQ lifestyle content, and our cat wants to join the
Amazing.
interview as well. But yeah, so that's kind of how I started, and then Ant joined in that whole world. Yeah.
So we met 7 years ago, almost 7 years ago, because I know there's going to be someone out there that's going to be like, you met 6.5 years ago. But yeah, so almost 7 years ago. And then for the first year or so, I wasn't really on your content that much, but then I started joining in pranks, and then we developed this brand of couple content because the audience actually quite liked me and liked to see us together. Nick just came out at that point as well, and so it was all new.
And Nick came
And
out online on YouTube, didn't you?
Yes. So
What
I
was
think
that like?
Well, yeah, so I came out to my parents and then I came out to social media the very next day. So actually, in a very weird way, it felt so much easier to come out to millions of people online versus my parents. And for some reason, I've always felt like I would have that support online, which I did do. Obviously, there was not so supportive people, but I think the comments were just overwhelmingly good. I got a lot of support, with that. So yeah.
Sure. When you guys met, did you embrace the influencer lifestyle right away? And that question goes for Ant.
Oh no.
actually, no, it's really different. So back then when we first met and we were together, influencer stuff was very new, or it wasn't as developed as it is today. And actually, we just spent most of the time in our house or just like creating like videos and like, so it wasn't really a lifestyle. It wasn't like today's generation of influencers where they're about, they're getting all these crazy travel experiences. You see influencers are deemed upon because of this lifestyle, but back then
Sure.
it didn't really exist that much.
But also, one thing to mention, when I first met Ant, he wanted nothing to do with social media. That's how I kind of, knew he was the right guy. Because when you're in the limelight, it's hard to say sometimes people want to date you for your followers or if they actually like you. But yeah, so actually, Ant, for the first like couple of months, Ant was never my videos. I think the first ever video he appears in, it's just his reflection in a mirror behind me as I'm like vlogging.
And
So
everyone in the
yeah.
comments was like, "Who's that guy in your room, Nick?"
Who was that guy? Anyways, yeah, Phil, it was him.
Everyone was saying it was your ex and like just making up loads of stuff. Oh, maybe it's this person, but no, it was someone they've never met before.
Obviously, Ant, you've moved on and you've embraced it. You have your own Instagram, which has lots of followers, which you have your fitness. Is there any competition between the two of you?
I would actually say back in the day there was, because we would make these videos. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, no. The answer is underlining is no, because we're together with the same brand and we're working towards the same goals. But the funniest thing is we'd make videos and it would be like a really good video and we'd both be in it. And if we didn't have enough time to create another video for the other person's channel, so we'd create maybe like a video for Nick and it was really good. And I put a lot of work into it as well. I'd be like, I really want to post it on my channel. And he was like, no, I want to post it on my channel. So yeah, that was the only competition.
But now what's great is there's a collab feature. So if there's a picture that me and
Of
Ant both
course.
really love of each other, we can both post it. And so
Yeah,
there's no competition anymore.
thank God
Yeah.
for the development
Thank
of
God for
like
that collab feature. Yeah.
Amazing. Let's talk about Canada and UK. When you met, you both spent 2 years in both countries with each other.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, we both did our 2 years. Yeah, so I did my 2 years first. It was a bit of a shock to me because I, as a young Canadian, assumed that the whole of London, the whole of the UK was like Harry Potter, and it was beautiful and was like Cotswoldsy. But we moved to Southampton first, that's where I went to uni, and it was not like Harry Potter at all. And yeah, so I was a little bit shocked. But when I moved to London, I just absolutely fell in love with it. And I've always felt really, really at home here. So I keep thinking I must have been here in a past life or something. I love, love London so much. And
Yeah.
then your thoughts on Canada?
So it was tricky because I went to Canada during lockdown. So I spent most of my 2 years at home um, with his parents for 9 months. And then we found our own place. And then we moved into that. And then we got another place. And then we moved into that. So I did get to experience Montreal, got to experience two places in Toronto. I went out to Vancouver. I say Vancouver is my favorite place on earth. It is absolutely stunning. We did Banff in Alberta, went to the Okanagan region.
Mm.
I did a lot of Canada. We went to Winnipeg and Calgary as well.
Oh no, we did Edmonton. Yeah.
Edmonton. We went.
Don't ask why we were there. I was there for a visa process,
Yeah,
but yeah.
we went there because we started the visa process to move back to the UK because I was missing home and I just wanted to be back by my family. And Nick really loves the culture here as well. So we did end up choosing London to be our home, but in fact, we go back to Canada every year now.
Very nice. What was the biggest struggle for this is for Nick actually. The biggest struggle you had when you moved to London?
So I think, you know what, I think going back to what I said, I've always felt really at home here, so it was not really a big struggle. I think for me, when I first moved here, actually, I didn't, Aunt hadn't moved in with me initially, so I was on my own here. And so I think the struggle was more so like making friends and having to learn to live on my own. But then as I've lived here on my own, I realized actually how easy it is to make friends in the city, and how nice people are, and how supportive people are that are around me. So yeah, and I guess there wasn't that much negativity. I mean, besides the weather, obviously, being cloudy all the time.
Isn't
But
Canada a lot worse there? You can't
you know
complain.
what? You have to either pick either really cold weather or cloudy. So
Mhm.
I think I prefer cloudy actually.
But
But
then you also get the really warm weather in summer in Canada, which we
yeah.
don't typically get here for more than like a week.
I miss
Well,
this. I miss the snow. Do you miss the snow?
no. Oh my God. If
Really?
it's if it snows here, I'm like close my blinds. I'm like trying to ignore all my
Yeah,
friends are like,
you're
oh
a
my
real
God.
Brit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, he's like, oh my God, Nick, it's snowing, a Christmas miracle. I'm like, bitch.
No, I really want to go out in the snow and experience it. And he's just spent his whole life in Canada.
But let's talk about it. Snow here as well is more like slush.
It
It doesn't
is
really become snow,
muddy
but
slush. Yeah.
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 I miss the Four Seasons definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
In fact,
Um,
sorry, just the autumn in Canada is stunning.
my
The
favorite time
leaves
of year.
turn a different
Yeah,
color to anywhere else in
gorgeous.
the world.
That East Coast kind of foliage is gorgeous. And actually, that's where Ant proposed. So we were in this big national park where I'm from in Quebec, and he just sat down at the perfect spot on a lake, like with all the different colors of foliage, and he just proposed. So yeah, I mean, especially for us to like that kind of season in Canada, it means a
Yeah,
lot
it
to
means a lot.
us. Yeah.
Let's talk about your wedding.
Oh, yes. So after the engagement, wedding came along. So for us, it was a bit of a weird one. So we definitely want a big gay wedding in a couple of years with our family, with our extended family, friends. So this one was funny. So as Canadians and Brits, we were only allowed 2 years on a visa in both countries. And so after I had done my 2 years here and Aunt had done 2 years in Canada, we had decisions to make. Where do we want to move? And wherever we chose to move, we'd have to figure out that next visa. And the next visa, either way, was a spouse visa. So to get onto that one, like I think you've done as well, you have to get married. So yeah, it was in Russia. It was actually a really beautiful, intimate wedding. It was in his hometown in Bournemouth, which is on the beach. And it was in this old Roman spa, so it was gorgeous, and we had like very, very close family there. But that being said, I do want another big gay wedding.
Which actually
And
takes the
yeah.
pressure off because once you get like, like a wedding, all the paperwork signed and like you do your ceremony and stuff, you might feel like really overwhelmed. Like we were both so nervous. And now
Yeah.
that we've been through that, when it comes to our actual like wedding party, oh, it's gonna be so much fun.
I
It'll
feel
be
like
so
we
relaxed.
will be more chill. Yeah, I'm Italian as well, so my Italian family were very upset that they couldn't make this small wedding. So I owe it to them at least to have a nice big gay wedding.
It'll be a celebration.
Yes, exactly. No,
Ma-
renewing our vows.
I still
Exactly.
love you.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about new exciting things that are happening for Nick and Ant. So the podcast, Old Gays, New Gays. I have to
Yeah.
say, I've been listening to it and
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I absolutely love it. And the episode that just came out was one of my favorites.
Oh, amazing. That's so nice to
The
hear.
episode yesterday, yeah. I mean, we dive into all topics regarding the LGBT community, and actually, it's just despite the title of it being old gays, new gays, we don't just target the LGBT community as viewers. The whole concept is to contrast like opinions of an older generation couple to a younger generational couple, and particularly in the LGBT community, we go through extremely different upbringings purely on the basis that, you know, marriage wasn't legal when the older gays were born. And for us in our generation, yeah, we didn't have to fight for those rights because the older generation fought for them. So we're actually, yeah, that's what our podcast is.
Yeah, and for a bit of context, so the old gays are my uncles who are one's Canadian and one's American, and they both live in Brighton in the UK. And then the new gays is me and Ant, obviously. And yes, like Ant said, it just kind of, we contrast different opinions, and they've lived through so much. I mean, the AIDS pandemic and all these different things. So I think a lot of the young gays don't actually understand what the old gays had to fight for to get where we are today. Even us getting married, that seemed like such a simple thing for us to do, but for them, it was not that simple. So it's exactly why we have this podcast out. We are so, so, so blessed with all of the feedback. I mean, people love it. And we used to be, in public being people saying, "Oh, I love your videos, guys," which was really, really nice. But now it's, "Guys, I love your podcast. I love your uncles. They're so like," and so it's just such a nice thing to hear now in public and people saying, the podcast is great.
And the biggest surprise to us, which kind of makes sense now, is I think 50% of our viewers are between 40 and 55 and are also women.
Yeah, so women love it too, and we've actually been approached by multiple women that have said, even though it's old gays, new gays, the topics that you touch upon are very relatable to women as well, which, we really wanted to do that for them as well. I mean, I grew up with like my mom and all my friends were girls, so I love that they can be able to watch it too and enjoy it.
I'm a middle gay, I think. I'm in between the old and the young. And
we'll have a new couch for you. Just for the middle gays.
And so the topics that you guys discuss are, I can relate to both sides, which is amazing. And I think that's probably why that age group is probably one that's tuning in so much, because they can relate to it all. But for new gays who'd be listening, they'll be shocked, I think, because they live in this sort of free world. I mean, I look at my niece who's 18 now. It's such a normal thing. It's not even questionable now. So she's like, "Yeah, my uncles are gay, they're married, da, 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 da." Like it's no big deal. And their friends are just like, "Yeah, okay, whatever. You might as well just say the sky's blue." They don't care.
Yeah.
And
like that.
And yeah. When I grew up, it was not so much like your uncles, but there was also it wasn't pleasant. But so I'm just excited to see the new generation, and I think you guys are such a great influence for them as well, and role models. So thank you for doing what you guys are doing, because it's so important.
Thank you. Thanks so much. That means a lot. Yeah, I know we're very happy with how that turned out.
And no matter how much we progress so far with rights or whatnot, it doesn't become easier for individuals to come out. There's still that burden on us that we feel like it's different to maybe everyone else. And so although like in many aspects it's easier, individually we still, can struggle as well.
Yeah, I think, to end off on that point, I think there's just a lot, there's still some progression to happen. But yeah, we've moved so far because of the old gays. So yeah, we're very thankful for them.
And it's very honest, and I love that. There's nothing that you guys aren't going to say, and I love that. It's just like open conversation.
Very a bit too open sometimes.
Yeah, we might tone it back a little. Yeah.
The other exciting thing is Below Deck, which premiered.
Oh, yes. So yeah, that was adding to this to the table for us a little bit. So that premiered on Monday night. Very, very exciting, but a bit nerve-wracking for us. I mean, obviously, you know, with that type of show, it's one of the biggest reality shows in the US. You just don't know how they're going to edit you, right? So you know, but I think we're both very happy with how it came out. Yeah. Also, there's a big moment in episode 1 where me and Ant have a gay kiss on camera. So we thought that was quite cool that they chose to put that in there, and
Happy
especially
Pride.
For Pride Month as well. Yeah, we love that they did that. And
I just thought it was hilarious and was
it
so
is
happy.
very funny. All you have to do though is just look at that, just kind of laugh at yourself. That's all you can really do.
And I think the audience, because Below Deck is about being on a super yacht, and it's kind of this luxury perspective. And not saying like we didn't enjoy it, but it does kind of categorize you as kind of spoiled brats. So that's what the audience and all the comments were like, these influencers back to their influencer lifestyle. They don't have jobs. They're spoiled brats. Well, actually, they might have skipped a few pointers there, but I don't blame them. It's all fun and yeah.
It's also like, yeah. But I mean, that's also the premises of Below Deck, right? You get people on, they make them look like a certain way and, you know, whatever. But no, I mean, overall, though, it was so much fun.
Normally, I do Kevjet's quickfire questions. However, I've decided to do Canadian trivia and Pride trivia.
No. Watch me be worse at the Canadian trivia than you somehow.
You're gonna out us if we're terrible at this.
Yeah, you will.
You watch out. Yeah. I might actually. This might actually appear on the jumbo screen in Trafalgar Square.
Oh, I'm just looking back to my hair.
No. Only if you get the questions wrong.
Oh, perfect.
This is a whole setup. I should never have trusted you.
Let's see what you've got here. They're really easy. I mean, come on. What is the capital of Canada?
Oh, Ottawa. Oh, maybe I should let you try to answer these.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, no, sorry. Go. Okay, next one I'm gonna give them. Sorry.
Okay. What are the official languages of Canada?
French Canadian and English.
Yeah, I'll count that. It's just French though.
Actually, I would disagree because French Canadian actually has different lingo.
Québécois,
it does actually, because I'm Acadian French, which is from the East Coast, so it's different.
Oh yeah, they're different as well. Yeah.
Which province has predominantly French population?
Quebec.
Good job, babe.
What is the national animal of Canada?
A bear? No,
close.
you have to do it.
No, try again. It starts with
a moose.
No, it starts with a B as well. Come on, you got this.
A beaver.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew that because we used to do hikes, and then
I was also like, yes, looking at you just to make sure it was
I
right.
could tell you were looking at me.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, right.
Who is the head of state of Canada?
Mr. Trudeau.
Oh, that's our prime minister.
It's the monarch of the UK, so it's the king.
Oh my god! Of course.
Oh. Good
you
question.
should have known this too, actually. So I don't look. I'm not the only one that's stupid here.
King Charles.
Yeah, currently.
Currently.
For the time being. How many time zones are there in Canada?
One, I should know 2, 3.
No, there's
4.
more.
I'm gonna say 4. No, I'm gonna say 5. 5. 3?
5. 6 at least. I think 6. Yeah.
6.
Because St. John in Newfoundland is really far out.
Oh, I didn't even think about that far.
Yeah.
And they're half a time zone, which is really confusing.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So if it's 5 o'clock in Halifax, it's 5:30 in Newfoundland.
Yeah, they're closest to the UK.
They all like to be different.
Wow. They are really far out, though. You should see on a map. Like,
yeah. Let's move on to Pride.
All right, these ones you should be good at soon.
What year was the first Pride parade held in the United States?
1969.
Wait, do we have like an?
Oh my God, you're so close. 1970.
Damn it. Okay. Oh, you were close. What the hell?
Yeah.
I knew it was around.
Kevin, are you lying to us? No, I'm joking.
But it's 1970 was the first parade. Which iconic LGBTQ film features a drag queen, a transgender woman, a gay man on a road trip to a drag pageant in Australia?
Oh my God. Oh my God. I've
Because of
seen this movie. Patrician.
P? P, right?
But I know it's like something Patri I know I watched it with my gay uncle showed it to me. The old gays were showing it to me.
It,
Oh my
It was
God.
just in the West End.
I know.
and they
Oh my
won
God,
an
we're such
Oscar.
bad
Is it
gays.
with
They
the
did
three
win an
famous
Oscar.
actor, right?
Yeah, Priscilla and
Priscilla, Queen of
something.
Okay, give us it.
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Oh fuck! I mean, listen, I watched it. It's an amazing, amazing film. If people that are listening in have not seen it, go watch it. It's amazing.
They're currently doing a remake, which I can't wait.
Ooh.
Iconic. I love that.
What does the acronym LGBTQ plus stand for?
Lesbian,
Gay.
bisexual,
Trans.
LGBT,
T.
trans, Q,
U.
questioning.
And
Plus.
yeah.
So, I have to think because I can't even do my dates correctly, my years and stuff.
He's like
Saying it
A, B,
outright.
C.
I did
What?
just pull a Justin Trudeau, but
Have you seen that meme of Trudeau where he goes LGB, LGC, and he has to, have you seen that?
No.
Oh my God, don't look it up. It makes us look like that.
I'm gonna look for that. What does the term ally mean?
someone that supports that doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily define themselves as being a part of the community.
But they're very supportive of all of the LGBTQ. Yeah.
This one's gonna shock everybody. How many countries still enforce the death penalty for being gay?
Oh God, five countries.
It's five. It's
Sorry,
Mauritius.
Kev. You chose the worst two gays to have on this trivia. I'm so sorry.
It's Mauritius,
So hated too.
Sudan,
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia, Yemen, and Iran.
Yeah, so yeah, because I was just trying to count basically all the countries that were kind of over there, but I knew it wasn't 50. That's insane.
sorry.
It probably would have been previously.
Yeah, at some point it was 50.
Yeah.
At some point it was. There we
Some
go.
point. And the last question, how many colors are there in the pride flag?
Oh gosh, I should know this.
7?
No. 9?
6.
Oh, 7. Oh, 6. 7.
6.
Oh, 6. Really? I thought
Yeah.
there were more.
So it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet.
Oh, right, because I thought they updated it.
Yeah, I thought they had like a whole new one now.
Oh, so there are actually, if you look it up, I was at a friend's house the other day, a straight friend actually, who was asking me about the pride flag, and I was like, I don't fucking know. So anyway, he Googled it, and there's something like 50 pride flags at the moment. So there's a pride flag like to represent everything, and it's just overwhelming. But this is the basic pride flag.
The basic one.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, only know that, right?
See, okay, actually, you know what? This hasn't made us more cultured gays, so thank you, Kevin.
Maybe bring up the pride flag with your old gays, new gays.
My uncles, yeah, that'd be interesting.
That'll be in the next episode as well.
Yeah. I'm excited to see you guys at Canada Day, London, on the main stage, and I will definitely introduce you to all the cool, fun people, and we're gonna have a great day.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
Yes, we want to meet some more Canadians, so we're very excited.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. That's
you're welcome. I will actually come and say hi to you at Pride because I'll be at Pride. But like yourselves, I'm not going to have a crazy night because Canada Day starts early for me the next morning.
Oh no, yeah, okay. So we have to keep each other liable, okay?
Exactly. I'll be like, look, I'm going home.
But yeah, amazing. Thanks for having us. It's been a really, really fun time.
Amazing. Thanks, guys.